Hey, what is up everybody, Blades for here, and today I have for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Now, this is kind of a little bit of a sporadic little upload here because if you guys did not see on the community page, I am having some major internet issues. This probably won't get fixed till probably tomorrow, and I don't know exactly the time. So currently we are on my phone's data. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and record this real quick. Then we get off my data because I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna take up a lot. But we're going to be going over Moko's Summer here, in which she recently released yesterday. I was going to do the video this morning, but didn't get the chance to after my violin practice. So taking a look at least her awarenesses and as well, her whole kit here, and then at least her awarenesses. This character, from what I've heard, has a lot of mixed opinions where she can be possibly good, but we have to see at least the multipliers here. Now, she is of course going to be a healer or a DPS healer, which is going to be of the psi element, which is going to be fairly interesting to see how that goes. But let's go ahead and take a huge look. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend this window real quick so we have a better look on the screen for you all. If you guys are wondering where this translation is, it is inside the P5X worldwide server. Thank you to Red Harb and Tycon for actually translating this here. But we go ahead and go down the list. We have the first thing. So the main passive being her being at A0. Pretty much it's called Gorgeous Fireworks. And with this at least in play here, she's able to at least give stacks of something called Spark on her allies and enemies here. Oh, well, no, when her allies use this skill, she's able to give a stack of Spark. Now, what this does is it allows her to do a follow-up attack that when it does damage, it actually can restore a little bit of HP to your allies. This is an AoE follow-up heal here as well. So it's kind of interesting to see that she has something like this. I'm glad that this is just in her kit and not something that, what's it called? That you have to kind of get dupes for. It seems kind of interesting to see, but the heals don't seem all too crazy, nor does the damage. So we have to actually see it in play when it does come out here. But then she has her skill 1. Her skill 1 here is called Come Order a Drink. And oh, whoops, I actually just was too far now. There you go, my bad. Her skill 1 is called Come Order Me a Drink, which does a little bit of side damage to random enemies while prioritizing the one enemy that you did not attack here. Now, for each one that is not attacked or that is attacked here, she inflicts 1 spark, decreasing damage to the same target. Now, apparently there is the regular passive, which I think we were trying to going over in the awareness 0 itself here, but she increases Gorgeous Fireworks skill multiplier and restores a certain amount of HP, which is fairly interesting to see there. Then we have, I think, yes, that was the outlook of this skill here. So that's how the skill 1 is really gonna look like. And actually, I might actually just have to make the screen a little smaller because I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I want you guys to kind of see the full picture instead of just seeing clips here. So we'll probably have it like this, but that's going to be the first skill. That's how it somewhat looks, which is kind of interesting. It just attacks randomly, and whoever isn't attacked gets a little bit of something else, which is kind of interesting. Then of course we have the skill 2 called Please Enjoy. Well, what this does, it restores a certain amount of HP to one ally and increases their attack and EHR, making them inflict 1 spark after they dealt 1 hit of damage to an enemy for 2 whole turns, and they can actually inflict up to a full stack of 5 sparks with this effect. Now, I don't know how I feel about this skill 2. The skill 2 is kind of iffy. I feel like I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be the best of skill 2s just yet, at least with her kit, but I'm unsure how that might play out. It just seems a little bit lacking something to make her really worth it. Also, it is a single target heal instead of an AoE, which is fairly interesting as well. You would think that they would want to make this character a little bit more AoE as well, but no, it's just single target, which is kind of interesting with that. Then of course we have the skill 3 being Midnight Heartbeat Memory, in which does a certain amount of side damage to all enemies. Another AoE move here. Increases their damage taken, which is a nice debuff to have first of all, and inflicts 1 spark to the enemy after they take at least 1 hit of damage for 2 whole turns. Apparently this can actually inflict up to 5 sparks, so you can get that off 5 times with the spark, which is really nice, and then deal some decent things with it. Still seeing these damage numbers looking kind of interesting, but we have to see when she does come out. Then of course with her highlight, she deals multiple, oh wait, there you go, this is a good look of it. Then of course with her highlight, She deals a little bit of side damage to random enemies, prioritizing enemies who are not attacked, and each hit that she does inflicts one whole spark. This decreases the enemy's damage, and I'll be honest, right? I feel like the only place that this highlight might be somewhat decent is in like SOS, because I mean, like, let's be honest, I'm trying to think, there's some guild bosses that hit really hard, so I mean, like, it could possibly be helpful there, but I mainly see a lot more damage inside of SOS, especially once we're trying to kind of live and get the most DPS as possible. So who knows, it might be helpful there, but I just don't feel like this is going to be too good here, especially seeing it is only it looks like, yeah, it's a multiple random enemies who's going to get hit by the highlight. So interesting, but only decreases the same target, so one person gets decreased, so it's just kind of interesting there. Now, of course, we have the new weapon, or at least a good look of the new weapon, the 5-star little wands that she has instead of her daggers. This one is called Bubble Sweetheart. It increases the healing effect and increases Gorgeous Fireworks skill multiplier to restore a certain amount after an enemy takes damage from Gorgeous Fireworks, which is the skill that she has up there. It will increase their damage taken for 3 whole turns up to 3 stacks. I feel like for this character, depending on how the 4-star looks, because I have not seen the 4-star just yet, she could probably do without the 5-star weapon, but we'll have to see. We'll have to actually see exactly how that goes here. And then we're getting into her 2 passives, which is called Dazzling and Eye Catching. So for Dazzling here, she increases her damage by psi and also max HP based on her healing effect. While for Eye Catching here, it increases the main target's max HP while using Please Enjoy. So that's kind of interesting to see that she has 2 things here. I'm really only interested in the first one. The second passive sounds kind of interesting, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit situational on certain things. Now we're breaking down to the awarenesses. Now, I took a little bit of a look into her awarenesses, so it's kind of interesting to see how this is going to go about here. Pretty much with her awareness 1, she decreases defense as long as she uses like Gorgeous Fireworks, of course, and this can stack up to 3 turns. Pretty darn easy. Now, by having this A1, she's able to now have a recovery effect on one of her skills called Please Enjoy, which is now an AoE. This is really nice to actually have, but I do feel like that A1 is kind of garbage because it should be in her main kit instead of just being an A1 to get, you know what I'm saying? But who knows, it probably it'll make it worth getting the A1 a little bit, but still kind of garbage A1 in my opinion. Now for the A3, of course, this summer is not over yet. Once she triggers a Gorgeous Fireworks 2 times, she will inflict the enemy with 1 stack of spark, which is kind of interesting as well. The only other thing that we're going to really pay attention to is, of course, her A6. A5 only increases her HL effect boost, so I'm not really too interested in that. But A6 it's called Connect Hearts of Love. Gorgeous Fireworks apparently evolves into Brilliant Fireworks, and Brilliant Fireworks can now trigger all effects of Gorgeous Fireworks. So anything that has Gorgeous Fireworks on it, Brilliant Fireworks does everything it does times 2 pretty much. By doing this here, she increases heavily crit of Brilliant Fireworks. After enemies take damage from Brilliant Fireworks itself, she will then permanently increase damage taken by a certain percentage up to 3 whole stacks. And when this stack is maxed, she will increase their damage taken by a certain percentage. This A6 is freaking the craziest well bait I've seen, and it's absolutely insane. I say if you're wailing, you're gonna be freaking stacked. But other than that, this character is kind of interesting because it kind of sits in that middle ground for me where she isn't bad. She's kind of in that medium. I don't find her ultra good, especially seeing that her A1 is as mediocre as it is. Like, it's really nice to finally get that AoE effect on Please Enjoy, but I feel like Please Enjoy should have had that to begin with instead of, oh, we're gonna give it to you now. And what you guys, this is the Please Enjoy move, so this is the single target heal. I feel like this should have been an AoE from the get-go for her at least whole kit, but that's just me. You guys let me know how you feel about that in the comment section down below. I wasn't gonna miss today's upload. Okay, I was kind of bummed out, but we're not missing this upload. So I'll try to get this out. I'm recording this, as you guys can see, at least I think you see on my screen. It's like 4:50. I'm not missing this dang upload. We keeping our streak. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Peace out.